Hey everyone, let's have a little goals check-in. In my 2019 goals video, I didn't really mention that many goals. I said that I wanted to read 70 books again, as I always do, and I'm doing pretty good on that. I think I'm 7 or 8 books ahead, mostly due to audiobooks, but more about that later. I also said that I wanted to continue to reduce my TBR, or at least keep it current, and continue to read series. I have increased my TBR because I went shopping in London in January, but I'm still happy with the amount of books in there. I'm currently under 30 and I'm trying to keep it under 30. And I also am trying to reduce the books I bought before 2019. Now, I haven't been doing a very good job on that so far. There are still a third of the books that I acquired before 2018 actually. So I want to have, by the end of the year, only books that I bought this year on my TBR. So in the next quarter, I'm going to focus on reading more of those books that I bought before this year. Let's see how that works. When it comes to continuing series, I've been focusing on that this month actually. I bought a few sequels and that also gives me the opportunity to read them. It's often that I don't really own the sequel in a series that I need to read next so that I don't continue. So I need to focus more on that, but now that my TBR is manageable, I think I can do that better. So hopefully by the end of the year, I will have finished at least 1 or 2 of the series that I already started. Mostly my goal with this is to finish off things. I currently have the feeling that I'm overwhelmed by all the things I'm in the middle of. So I want to tick off things that I started or decide if I maybe stop reading the series. There are a few series where I'm like, I don't really feel like continuing them. I like the first book, but they could also work as a standalone, so I don't need to continue the series to finish the story. And there are a few that are going to drop off my reading list. But that's okay, I think, because I started them maybe 5 or 6 or 10 years ago, and who cares, right? If I haven't picked them up now, it doesn't really matter. But that's what I want to find out this year. The series that I want to focus on, or really finish series that I really want to finish, because, I don't know, it gives me a feeling of taking off things and not having too many balls in the air, if that makes any sense. In my goals video, I didn't really make any other goals, because I wasn't really sure what I wanted. And I decided to go quarterly this year and see how it goes. And that's been working out pretty well so far. I started the year off saying that I don't want to bend over backwards for other people anymore, especially those who don't really appreciate it, and focus more on myself. So I'm still adjusting to the new job and how to make things work with that. And I discovered that I have a lot of vague goals that I'm trying to accomplish by creating habits. Here we come back to the audiobooks. I decided in January that I'm going to go for a walk every day this year. And that's working out well so far, which is also increasing the time I'm listening to audiobooks. That's why I'm listening to so many audiobooks, because I go out for a walk at least 1 kilometer a day. Usually it's more than 1 kilometer, but I decided to give myself a manageable minimum that I can, even on a day when it's really busy or bad weather, that I can manage to reach that goal. This goal of going on daily walks is part of the overall goal to get better again, like more fit, more healthy, have more energy. And in February, I was really good with getting up, with doing my morning exercises, with going on walks, and I thought eating well, but I was still tired all the time, despite winter being over. I'm not a winter person. I don't really function well in the dark. As soon as it's light outside, I work much better. I'm kind of like a solar panel that way. But in February, I was feeling really exhausted and I couldn't say why. So in March, I started counting calories again and tracked what I was eating. And I discovered very fast that I wasn't eating enough. So not even that I wasn't eating enough food, in like real food and not chocolate, but I just wasn't eating enough despite eating half of my day's calories in chocolate. I wasn't eating enough. So I changed how I was eating and when I was eating. It's a struggle because I normally don't eat lunch. When I don't have an office job where I'm working early, I eat late breakfast and an early dinner. Now that I'm working in an office, I have a breakfast, a lunch and usually a dinner as well. So my idea was to deal with that with a very small lunch, but that didn't work out. So I decided in March to start cooking healthy and proper nutritious lunches that are bigger than I normally would like to eat. And unfortunately, it's working. I do feel better, but it also means I have to continue cooking in the morning and preparing proper lunches. Yeah, you can tell I'm already annoyed by this, but it's working, so I will have to get adjusted to it. It's a learning process and I'm not really cooking spectacular lunches. I usually just throw a bunch of vegetables in a wok and then have a something with vegetables. Yeah, like I said, most of my goals are really vague and not SMART goals, so they're not easily attainable or measurable. That's why I'm using habits to create them and to keep them going. For the second quarter, I have decided I want to focus more on being me, like trying to be the me I like in a situation or a life situation that is not me. Like this office life, it's just not me. It's never going to be me. And I have trouble organizing time and my life around it and being myself fully, like the me that I like to be. So I'm trying to find ways of getting that more into my life again. I know it's super big and hard to measure, but I'm thinking more of having more energy, going out more, doing more things again, and getting things done. I have become rather more a couch potato and very exhausted all the time, and that's not me. I'm usually more like, let's do stuff, trying new things, learning new things. So I want to do that. With the learning, I want to try and improve my knowledge about the camera I got last year, and also maybe improve a little bit more my editing skills for the videos. I mean, at some point I need to learn how to do the audio properly. I still don't know. I've been doing this for 8 years and audio is basically a mystery to me that I never really understand. So that's some of the goals I'm going to focus on in the second quarter of this year. Trying to be more me in this life that's not really me, and learning new skills and going out more. Let's see how that works. I don't really know how to measure these things, but I'm curious to hear about your goals, if you're doing fine, if you have the problem of having vague goals mostly right now like me, or do you have smart attainable goals that you can measure and then be like, yes, I've really achieved this, or I need to do this to achieve this, because that is, with my vague goals, it's kind of hard to do. So let's talk in comments about your goals and how you're doing, and if you have changed some of the goals you made in January already. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.